Welcome to the OpenJ9 community call for July 11th. If you haven't already, please add your name and company affiliation to the meeting minutes. So I don't think we have any lightning talks scheduled for today. Take a look at the user raised issues. So there's a new one that came in this morning. I think the GC team's going to take a look at that one. Did anyone have any user raised issues they wanted to discuss? Okay, for the 040 release, we're doing the M2 builds, triaging the results. There is an AIX problem with HarfBuzz 701. It seems like an XLC compiler problem. So when we compile with HarfBuzz 701, we can't load the shared library. You just get some error about a missing symbol. So we'll have to try a newer version of XLC to see if that can resolve it, or if not, we'll have to look at reverting to the older version of HarfBuzz and including the fix for the CVE. And then take that up with the XLC team. Other than that, we're waiting for the release of OpenJDK next Tuesday. Does anyone have any questions or comments about 040 release? Okay, so Java 21, we're working on those issues. I don't expect we're going to have a release in September. We'll see if we can include Java 21 into the October release, the quarterly release. Cheng, do you want to give us a quick update about what's happening with FFI?
In terms of FFI on Java 21, we already merged the latest code changes so far and should enable the existing functionality. And so far, we are investigating a couple of JTrack test failure.
Do we have any outlook for when we think FFI will be ready?
Once we've addressed there's a test failure out there, we should be moving forward to get junior support. Can start to work on that, which estimated need a couple of months to finish.
A couple of months?
Yeah, I think estimated 2 months also.
Okay. That's longer than I
Because
had
in
hoped
down
for.
code, up code, because first step will be implement everything in down code and move to next one. And up code probably there might be something, a modification in the sunk to need Jet help.
Okay, so that means definitely no release in September.
Yeah.
And questionable about having Java 21 included in October as well, I guess. So we'll have to see how that goes as we get closer.
Yeah, that's my expectation.
Anybody else have anything for Java 21? Bring up the milestone plan. Toby, do we still have work to do for all these JEPs?
So I think for I can't recall which one we may have one pending issue on between scoped values and structured concurrency. I think it may be scoped values, and we're fine on structured concurrency.
That is correct. I think scope values has one failure, which I think Nazim is working on.
So do we have an issue in the milestone for the failure?
Yep, there should be one. I think we pushed it from JDK 20 to 21.
Should we just go ahead and close these JEP issues? Do we need them open for anything?
I think we should
There's no-
leave the virtual thread one open because I think or we can actually close because I think we have standalone issues for all the failures. So I don't think so we need the JEP.
Yeah, because if we've just got, if all the feature work's done and we're just fixing a few failures, it doesn't seem like the JEPs need to be open. So
Yep,
we can
agree.
reduce the number of things in the milestone.
So I think it's this one, 16965 stress stack overflow. That's the one for the last scope value failure.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we have quite a few tests that are excluded.
And I think these are the new JVM-TI failures at the end because I think the spec changed. For JVM-TI, they added support for the features which were unsupported in JDK 20, and similarly, there were minor spec changes at other places. And I think the last set of JVM-TI failures reflect all those. And I think they're all specific to Project Loom as well.
Any estimates for getting those resolved?
I think I can get it done in a month or even less time. I was prototyping few solutions, and I might be able to, or I might be able to. Yeah, I think a month is a good estimate.
Okay. Look forward to seeing a reduced number of items in this milestone. Keith, the DTFJ scanner. I don't know if you've looked to see if we're already using the latest ASM.
I haven't looked recently, but I can check again.
So maybe we could get that one moved out or fixed if it needs to be updated. Get that one off the list. And then are we doing anything to improve the speed of Loom with compressed refs? Jack or Toby?
So one thing I'm currently doing is the 4G migration, which I'm hoping in the extreme cases where we're stressing the allocator a lot, that will be able to help relieve some of the stress on the allocator, which is always single-threaded, by migrating some of our unmounted continuation up to above 4G using the system allocator, which is much faster. There is also some investigation on the profiling for continuation caching to see if using a different caching algorithm would be able to give us a bit more performance on that.
And do you have an outlook for that stuff?
So for the 4G migration part, I think it likely will be done this month. In terms of the performance benefit, we really have to look at it case by case because the move for stack data from below 4G to above 4G is also a pretty computation heavy task. So it will either be that we're going to pay the cost for moving it, but we'll get the benefit of not blocking other threads as well as not having to wait on the sub 4G allocator.
Okay. Thank you. Anything else in this plan anybody wants to talk about? So I probably should have written something down here. We quietly turned on compact strings a couple of weeks ago after doing a bunch of testing to make sure there was no problems with turning on compact strings, and we haven't seen any issues. So just so everyone is aware that Java 11 and later is running with compact strings now. I'll add something after the meeting as a reminder. Yes, I should also add something for the next release. 041. I think we're going to call Java 21 042, even if it ships at the same time as 041. We'll just make Java 21 a separate release, 042. That's so that we can do the export requirements and have a version number specific to Java 21, or it doesn't have to be specific to 21, but we need a version number that we can use for cryptography export requirements. So 42 seems like a good number to use. It gives us some flexibility. Okay. Machine issues, Adam? Is Adam on? I don't see Adam. So I don't think there's any problems. I don't see Marius either. Toby, anything to talk about for CRIU?
Nothing new to update at this point.
And Valhalla? Hung, do you want anything to say about Valhalla?
Nothing to update.
Anyone have any other business? Thanks, everyone.